guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I recreated the Jordyn words soft glam everyday makeup tutorial. A little backstory here. So this was a look she had for the Red Table Talk, which happened sometime around last year. I think April, I'm not sure, but almost around this time. So this was when the whole scandal thing happened with her, the Kardashians, and Tristan, and everything. I remember she came for the show with this turtleneck and ponytail and this really soft glam look, and I was like, while she was crying, I kept looking at her like, oh my god, like her makeup was so flawless, her makeup didn't move, ever since then I've been a fan and I've been dying to recreate this look since then. Luckily for me, she started YouTube and then she recreated this look on my YouTube channel. I'm glad I did it tutorial because a lot of makeup artists and YouTubers recreated their own version of the look, which was not really the same. I mean, it was almost like the same result, but I wanted to follow the technique she used. I wanted to follow the process and everything she to get at it. I'm really happy I got this look. Anyway, guys, also a little disclaimer here. I'm not going to be using the exact product or makeup she's using. I'm going to follow the technique. I'm also a believer that you could use cheaper makeup, like the cheaper makeup and use a different makeup, but when you follow the same techniques, you're going to achieve the same result. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first off, Jordyn doesn't prime her skin. She just moisturizes her skin and apply lip balm, moisturizer and everything. So that's pretty rare for me because I usually use primer when I'm doing my makeup. So well, this is Jordyn's makeup routine, so let's see how that happens. So she started off with her brows, and if you watch my other video before, the gig to shake, I did my foundation before my brows, so this is new to me. So let's get started with that. So I'm just going to quickly fill my brows. Oh sorry guys, I'm using this Beautyline by Didi pencil here. I'm using it to trace out my brows. So Jordyn doesn't draw her brows, she just fills it in. So I'm going to lightly fill in my brows, lightly, like light strokes.
One is a nice one. This is the Fenty Beauty. And I just kind of brush my brows up. When I don't have my brows done, they get really long and crazy. Right now they're done though. I'm not saying they're not done. Right now they're done. I brush them into place. And then I just take this pencil. I like to use a soft brown. You know what? Someone's trying to play me. My pencil is about to run out, so I can use a different one after it does. And I just do hair-like strokes. And keep in mind your brows are sisters, not twins, but the goal of filling them in is to try to get them as identical as possible. They'll never be fully identical, but that is the goal. This creates a good base for eyeshadow, under eye highlight, cleans up your brows, makes them look sharp at all times. And I blend it out with my finger because it's the easiest. And my secret to keeping it looking as natural as possible is blend as much as possible. You don't want any sharp lines on your face. A lot of people go in with their brow gel after. Personally, I do it maybe a couple times.
So next she went in to set her brows with the brow gel. So I'm going to use this Makeup Factory brow set to just set my brows. So I'm going to apply that.
And this is by Benefit 24-hour brow setter. It's a must-have because I'm telling you, my brows do not move once I put this on.
So moving on to foundation, she's using NARS foundation for her face. But me, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Beats Me Poreless foundation because it's very lightweight and I'm trying to keep it as natural as possible.
And I use this NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I love it because I don't like foundation that's too wet looking, and I don't like it to be too thick. I'm gonna just use my beauty blender, put some foundation on my hand. Always make sure you wipe off your hand before you leave though, because sometimes you forget and you can't have makeup all over your hand. I love this foundation because it's really buildable. I like to just use one layer, but for those of you who want more coverage, you can add multiple layers, multiple different concealers, different shades, because I like to use my concealer as a highlight, not more so to cover up anything, but I just actually tried this new Urban Decay concealer. I actually like it, and it's called Naked Concealer, which was super appealing to me. Not because I like being naked, but because when I think of naked, I think of something that's more natural. I'm just gonna actually blend this out. I use this part. This is a Morphe. And then I have this Makeup Forever. I love this concealer too. This is my highlighting concealer. Just to have that extra bright look, so people don't know how much you didn't sleep. So most of the time when you see me like doing anything or doing any event, I'm doing my own makeup. I know my face, so I like the way I do my makeup better than a lot of people, and I'd rather do my own makeup and be happy with it than have someone do my makeup and not even want to leave the house. Okay, so now that that's concealed, I'm gonna just go ahead and put a little bit on the bridge of my nose, a little on my chin. I kind of use the same stuff to blend all around my face. Okay, so when it comes to powder, I don't use too much powder, but I definitely set my under eyes. So I take my powder, my translucent powder, and I just pat it into my under eyes. If I want an extra bright look, I'll use yellow powder mixed with translucent. Right now I'm only putting translucent powder on. I'm not a big powder person because I like the dewy look of skin, but the thing about powder is no matter how much you put on it, if you spray your face down after, you can kind of get that look back. I'm gonna add just a little bit of yellow underneath my under eyes. Like I'm baking, but I'm not putting too much powder. I'm just kind of pressing it into my skin.
So next is contour. The contour should go in threes. So I'm going to start from the forehead. I want to go here and here.
Bronzer is supposed to go in a 3, so hit your forehead. Maybe I hit it a bit too much. It's all good. You want to go on your jawline. Soft nose contour. I don't like to do too much, so I go in with the lighter color. Just hit it a little bit. For eyes, because I'm doing a soft glam, I'm not gonna do too much. I don't really do too much eyeshadow. I love to use multiple products, or the same product for multiple purposes. I'm gonna take my same bronzer, take an eyeshadow brush, which is the same brush I use for my nose contour, and just kind of go in my crease, warm it up a bit. So a lot of you loved my makeup for the Red Table Talk, which I actually did myself, and this tutorial is very, very similar to that look. There's a few different things that I did that day, which I didn't have lash extensions, so I'll show you what lashes I actually used. I also love the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia. I love brown tones, so anything with brown tones. I normally use something like similar to my bronzer too. Add a little bit more. You know, figure out what works for you, but a smile. I used to hate blush. I thought it was terrible because growing up, my cheeks were always bright red. Especially after gym class, it was like, my face is red the whole day. If we had the mile that day, oh no. Like, oh, you must have just had PE. I'm like, yep, the whole day. So I hated blush, but now I love it. And my inner corner highlight is something I cannot live without. No makeup look is complete to me without my inner corner highlight. I feel like it just opens my eyes up. So now that my inner corner is highlighted, I add a highlight under my brow. I like using the same thing for multiple different ways. I think it's also for someone who's always on the go, being able to pack less and have multiple ways to use things is very essential. So then I don't have to travel with too much. Use my finger, add a little bit. So I'm going to also now take the same highlighter, add it to my cheekbones. For my skin tone, I love using a more golden kind of champagne color, not anything that's too yellow.
Different face sprays to set our face before going in with pencils, mascara, so that they don't wash off. So first I'm going to be using this Badescu facial spray. Is like actually rose water with herbs, and it's actually very refreshing. I'm going to spray it around my face first. It smells so good. And then going in with a more intense spray, I'll be using this MAC Fix Plus spray. Now moving further, Jordyn uses a brown pencil to line her eyes, line her lips and whatnot. So I'm going to go in with this pencil. It really has no name. I don't know, it's just a no name brand. But there's a name actually, it's called Social Precision. Anyways, let's line.
And then if you want a softer look that is not as dramatic, I love a brown eyeliner. This one is BH Cosmetics. And I like to add eyeliner just in the corner. And my face doing anything eye related is just tragic. So please do not screenshot me and make a meme out of it. If you do have lashes, kind of just brush them. I'll add a little bit to my outer corner. I love the appearance of a cat eye. It adds a little sex appeal to your eye to me. Not that you're trying to be sexy, but it just really enhances my eye shape, to be honest. So that's what that eyeliner helps with as well. Also, pro tip, if you happen to get mascara on your face, always make sure it dries first before you attempt taking it off. So then you can just flake it off. It flakes right off rather than smearing it all over your face and having to redo it. So I am going to top it off by finishing with my lip. I don't wipe off the foundation on my lips. I didn't go over my lips too much with foundation, but I like that it kind of creates it flows. So if I wipe it off, I don't want to accidentally wipe off my foundation or anything around. Also, another tip, start with a sharp lip liner, because the sharper it is, the easier it is for you to get a precise line. I'm not too big on overlining, but I definitely do overline a little bit. I like to overline my Cupid's bow a little bit. Now, if you add a line kind of in the middle of your lip, it also creates a more full effect. Just go around a little. And now it's your choice what to fill it in with. I personally love a gloss. Gloss is always my go-to, so I'm going to put on a gloss. I also love the ombre lip look. Doesn't have to be too dramatic, but I always layer on a lip. Perfect. This is the completed soft glam look.
Hi guys, I'm back, and this is the finished look of the tutorials. I went away to repack my hair and lay my edges, and this is the finished look, guys.